Ben and Angela, how do you feel about little Machi?
We feel excited having new baby, and at the same time a bit kind of having nothing much to say. I mean, knowing not what to say from what comes out of the birth.
What do you think, Angela? First time you see Machi?
Well, first time I saw the baby, I'm happy to have a baby. At the same time, I was surprised to see the blonde hair. Even when I was in my room where they kept me, some people that saw me there and saw the baby said, it was a strange and a surprise that, did I marry a white? Is my husband a white man? I said, no. How come? I said, I don't know. This is just the way I saw the baby. So.
And you, Ben, when you first saw Machi, what did you think?
Well, it was almost the same, like she was being surprised, and at the same time happy to have a new baby, but it was still confusing that we have a blonde, in a complete black family. But I had to ask questions because I never knew actually what it is about, and I'm sure personally that it's my kid.
You're never in doubt.
I'm sure it's my kid, but I don't know why she's blonde. But
you said that they first thought it was for albinism. But
yeah. The nurse thought it was. She was albino. But when they check the eyes, they say the eyes are clear. That is not albino.
But now that the doctors are saying she's not albino, but what are they telling you now?
So, but the midwife that came today, this morning, she was saying that it might be generation past, past, that maybe from where the child was, originated from, the blonde hair,
But
so,
then in that case, if it's such generations past, does it mean that there were two whites or mixed race? And if there's a mixed race, it won't come blonde. Actually, normally I've not seen that.
Is there any white? Do you know of any white relatives on either side of your family?
I don't know of white originated relative, but I know that my mom is fair in complexion.
Just only the mom.
But it's an Igbo from Nigeria.
But she's still black.
She's black,
yeah. She's black, just the color.
And have you've seen albinos in Nigeria, and do they look like?
No. This one is different from the real people we call that's albino. The eyes always they blink their eye, and even the head, they shake their head, so they can't even see very well. But they say the eyes of my baby is okay, clear, so it's different from what we judge as albino in our own back home.
And the name Machi, explain.
Machi is the beauty of God.
Yeah, that's as the name implies. That's it. We think it's a thing of beauty, nothing else. Yeah. And the name just came looking at her. We didn't just decide that we will call her this before she came out, but we thought that's what her name should be. We just agreed on it. So that's how she.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
thanks.
welcome. Yeah.
His brother.
My nationality is Edom. We're the descendants of Esau, and whom most people in this earth call the white people, or the white race. But the Edom in the Bible comes from Esau. He is the twin brother of Jacob, which you can read about in Genesis chapter 25. Esau came out red and hairy like a garment, and his blood showed forth through his skin, so he was from there called Esau, because it means red. And you'll notice that white people, when they get angry or whatever, their skin turns red. Any type of skin condition, it'll be red. It's a biblical description, so you can know who these people are in the earth at all times, but even these times, the end times. So yes, I am an Edomite.
is Yeshua Ben Yehuda, and I'm just coming at you with a quick message about Esau. And I'm just sitting here thinking on a few things, you know, about who Esau is in the world today. Now, there's sort of a tug-of-war situation going on in the Israelite community of whether Esau is black or white. And then you have many Israelites who want to use the red and ruddy thing, and you know, to describe and say that means Esau is black, but that really don't mean nothing. Okay, you have many Israelites who want to use the fact that Esau went and married Hamite women, so how could the children come out? How could the children come out white if he married Hamite women? But you can simply go on YouTube and Google white men that marry black women, and the children come out white. So that means nothing either. So we're just going to take that back from it. Now I just want to touch bases with a couple of a few facts in history here, some common sense. Okay. And then where we're going to start at is we're going to start right here in America and where America comes from. The facts behind it and the history. Now, America comes from England, Spain, what's some other names? Scotland, all those different places. Okay, that's where America comes from. That's where the white people in America come from. Those nations. Now, those nations came from the Roman Empire. Those nations came from the Roman Empire. That's for a fact. That's history. Now, the Roman Empire came from the Greeks. Okay? That's where they come from. They come from Greece. Now we have to establish, where do the Greeks come from? Now the Greeks come from the Caucasus Mountains. Okay? And that's where the white people get their name, Caucasians. They get it from the Caucasus Mountains. So now we have to establish what was the Caucasus Mountains name prior. And if you go and you research it, you'll find out that it's Edom Mountain. Okay? It's the same exact mountain. Same people, same mountain. They just renamed it. And then you have to ask yourself, why did they rename it? And I'm pretty sure many of you have a good idea why they renamed the mountain. Because they're trying to hide something. What are they trying to hide? They're trying to hide their identity. That's what's going on. Okay? Now, according to scripture, Esau went into Edom Mountain and started his first lineage. Okay? The Edomites. They built the city there. Okay? When you Google Edom Mountain, you're going to see the city built in the mountain, in the rock. And now while you Google that, Google artifacts and Google statues found in and on Edom Mountain. Now what you're going to find is you're going to find these statues and artifacts found, carved on and around Edom Mountain are all pictures of white people, statues of white people, everything. And some of them are even white people doing abominable things with animals, like having sex with goats. You don't believe me? Google it and go look at it for yourselves. Now let's go back over this. The people out of the Caucasus Mountains came and started Greece, the first nation. This happened during the time of King Solomon, where Israel fell because of King Solomon's sins against the Father. He was worshiping false gods and all type of things. Israel fell. It split into two kingdoms, the northern kingdom and southern kingdom. They did not rule over the world anymore. That's when the yokes came off the Edomites' neck. They was brought from out of the Caucasus Mountains, and then the first nation that they started was Greece. Now from Greece came Rome, and from Rome came England, Spain, Scotland, all those nations. And then all those nations came to America and you know, set up colonies in America and started America. Oh yeah, I left out France too. They all came over here to America and set up colonies in America and started America. And then later on, they brought you over here on ships. Okay? Brought you over here on ships as slaves. Bondmen and bondwomen. Okay? These are your same people. So please explain to me again, from those facts, that history, how do you not understand that the Edomites are white people? Now what I'm going to present here is I'm going to present one scripture. I can go to many scriptures in the Bible to show you who Esau is, but I'm just going to go to one. I'm going to go to one that you can't get around. One I use all the time on everybody, and nobody can never get around it. Okay, and that one scripture is in Genesis 27, verses 38 through 40. And what that scripture is about Esau blessings. Okay? Now, we can go ahead and let's go ahead and establish the fact that Esau sold his birthright to Jacob for raw meat. That's separate from the blessings that they received. Then Jacob in return came back later on and then stole Esau blessings with the help of his mother. Esau found out, he got mad and cried out. He cried out to Isaac, his father, and asked him, do we not have one more blessing? And then Isaac gave him, you know what I'm saying, a blessing. And that blessing was to have the dew of heaven and have dominion over the whole world, and he shall rule over the whole world by the sword. With the sword, okay? Your sword is equate to your military might. That's what the sword is, when you're ruling over the world with the sword. Back then, they actually ruled over the world with the sword. They had swords, that was their military. But today's sword is your airplanes, the bombs, the missiles, you know what I'm saying, the tanks, your guns, all your AK-47s, M16s. That's their sword. They pillaging through every nation, ruling over all the nations with their might, their sword. Okay, ruling over the whole world. They've been ruling over the whole world since the time of Greece all the way to America. Same exact people going under different nations and different nationalities, ruling over the whole entire world. So you have no problem understanding from Esau's blessing that today your white people rule as Esau's blessing dominion over the entire world with the sword. and what I want for anyone to point out to me, I mean, please, if you're going to say Esau is black, then tell me what mystery black nation rules over the whole world with the sword, with their military might. Point this mystery nation out to me, this mystery black nation, because I ain't never seen it. They ain't in Africa, they ain't in Europe, and they ain't in the Americas. I mean, what rock they hiding under? What, they on another planet somewhere? They walking on the moon? Where they at? Because I ain't never seen them. And I'm going to tell you something, if they out there, they got some good skills to be hiding from the whole world, you know, ruling over the whole world with their military might. And nobody ain't seen them. So it ain't no way that you should not know that the Edomites are not black people, but are white people. Okay? Now I'm going to go to a couple of more things in Scripture to point out who the Edomites are. Now, let's start with this. You got 3 Babylons. I know many think 2, but it's 3. You got the old Babylon that was destroyed. And then you got the 2 Babylons. You got America Today, Babylon. That's your first beast. And then you got your systematic beast. Your systematic Babylon. You got America Today. Is your Great Babylon. That's your there's the Great Babylon, the horse sitting on many waters. That's your second beast in the Bible. According to the Bible, they're the second beast. And you got the first beast, which is Rome. Your systematic Babylon. Okay? Now, according to the Bible, America's going to get destroyed. The Most High is going to take America out by judgment and sending the 10 kings over here to destroy America. That's your second beast going down. It's going down in flames by the 10 kings coming to take it out. When America falls, the Antichrist rise. Peace, he comes in. Those same 10 kings, according to the Bible, is going to hand over all their power to the Antichrist. To Rome. The Antichrist is going to be ruling right there in Rome from your Catholic Church. The people who are going to be, they rule now, but they're really going to be ruling over the entire world then. That's the setup. You know what I'm saying? Using Christianity as their back. You know what I'm saying? Worshiping the Antichrist. Okay? Son to worship everything. Okay? So, that's his main point right there. From the Roman Catholic Church, where it tells you in the Bible, Rome shall rise again. Okay? The Antichrist is going to be leading. They're going to be ruling all the way through your 7-year tribulation. 3.5 good years, 3.5 bad years. And then when the Messiah come back at the end of that 7 years, he's going to take them out. You know what I'm saying? He's going to go to Edom, take them out. Throw your Antichrist in the pit, throw the devil in the pit with him. So, tell me, how is it that you do not understand that the Roman Empire are, again, they are white people. Okay? In Scripture, the end of Esau is the beginning of Jacob. If that's their end, then they're Esau. They ruled over the world from the time of Greece, all the way to America, and they're going to rule all the way to the time, 7 years tribulation to the Messiah come back, through the Roman Empire. White people. And the end of Esau is the beginning of Jacob. We take Esau out when he come back. Okay? And then Jacob, he sets up his kingdom here. That's Jacob ruled for 1,000 years. That's the beginning of Jacob. End of Esau, beginning of Jacob. So tell me, how is it that y'all don't understand this? And it completely shows you, again, that Esau is white. But like I said before, if you want to say he's black, you're going to have to get around that one scripture, Genesis chapter 27, verses 38 to 40, and tell me who rules over the whole world with the sword, their military might. Where's this mystery black nation that rules over the entire world? Then you will have a case. But until then, blessed shalom.